welcome to this FCPX tutorial. In this tutorial I'm going to show you how to make a cool intro or outro or just a titles sort of generator within FCPX using the resources available to you in FCPX. It's really simple but really effective. So let's get over into FCPX. So as you can see, I've got my FCPX open here and I've already got a project running. It's not really, it's just sort of the default thing that I would use, and here just these audio clip or video clips here, they're just my intro and outro that you see on every video. The audio clip at the bottom here, it's grayed out because it's disabled currently. Quick tip for you: to enable or disable either an audio clip, video clip within your timeline, just press V on the keyboard and it will enable or disable something. So I'm just going to show you how to do this tutorial. I'm going to show this tutorial just in this area here. Obviously you'll start a new one with your own project settings. So first things first, we're going to go to our generator browser, and this little number 2 here is our generator browser, and I'm going to click. So you could click to view the generator's browser or hide the generator's browser. So we want to obviously view the generator's browser, and I'm actually going to look for the clouds. You see that I can't see the clouds. The reason I can't see the clouds, people make this mistake all the time, is because I've got my textures selected. So generally, just as a rule of thumb, until you get used to where everything is under which title, just select all, and then you will have all of the generators available in that browser. So like I said, we're just going to use the clouds. So I'm going to left click, select the clouds and drag it over into my timeline. Now you notice it's a bit long at the moment, so I want to decrease this generator in length. I can't see the end of it, so instead of scrolling over like so, I'm just going to zoom out of my timeline with the little zoom in and out buttons here, or I can drag the cursor, drag the button and just drag it down slightly so it makes it a little bit shorter. Like I said, this is just a tutorial for this tutorial it really doesn't matter how long the actual generator is, but for you it will be personal preference, and you will decide how long you want that generator to be for. So there's a few things I want to do to this generator. I want to get rid of this haze around this area here, and you'll also notice if I play through it, my generator, the clouds actually move towards the screen, and I actually want them moving from left to right across the screen. So we can do this quite easily in our inspector, and so we're going to go over here to the generators tab. So make sure we've got generator selected, and then all we're going to do to get rid of this haze around here is we're just going to drag the haze down a little bit, and you'll see it removes the haze. If we increase the random pattern, it would just change the pattern of the cloud, so we just want this on 1 for now. And the dolly is just the way the clouds move left or right, forward or backwards. So we're just going to leave this on around 3. You can either use the scale, the slider to drag up or down, or you can just double click here, press your button and press your required number, press enter. So then we can increase the number of clouds that we have or decrease the number of clouds. So for me, I'm just going to leave this around 7. No real reason, I'm just going to leave it around 7. And then the tracking, I'm going to drag this up to 100. Now what this will do, it will make the clouds move from left to right as you're looking at the screen. So that's the generator, and pretty much all I want to do to the generator. I don't want to do anything else to the generator. That's the way I want it set up. You might choose for something different. Excellent, that's good. That's what this is all about. That's what I really enjoy about my tutorials. Take what you want from the tutorial and make what you want with it. Make it yours. You know, you don't have to stick to what I do. So then we're going to go to our text browser, and we're going to go to our 3D cinematic. And again, this is just me, what I want to do, so it's totally up to you what you do. And then I'm going to this shadow here. I'm going to drag this into above my clouds generator and increase this shadow in length just by dragging and and sort of buffering across or scratching across to increase or decrease the length. So then if I play through this timeline now, you'll see this is the sort of view I will get. But what I'm going to do, because I want to see the clouds behind it, I want this the title text here to also take on the form of the background or the shape of the background image. So the way we do this, again, we highlight the text generator and we'll go up here to the title and we change the background. We'll deselect the background, sorry, and turn the background off. And then what we're going to do is we're going to leave the rest as it is, pretty standard, and then select the text in the inspector. Now obviously you can put your text here, just put your own text, whatever it is you want to do. So this is what we're gonna have, and then we can change the font here if you want, but I'm just gonna leave the font as standard because I think it looks quite cool. And then I'm going to open up this advanced tab here, and I'm going to drag down the tracking slightly so it brings in the text a little bit closer, but not too close. But I'm going to bring the text in a little bit closer. So I'm happy with that. And then down here we could change our materials if we wanted to, but do we really want to change the materials? For me, like I said, I want to match the background, so I'm not going to change any materials. I'm just going to go back, check that everything's okay on my title. Everything okay? Yep, I'm happy with everything on my title. And then I'm going to go to the video. So text, video. Now, on the video, all I'm simply going to do is because this comes in already animated like so, it's quite effective. I'm going to leave the animation as it is because I'm happy with the animation, but all I'm going to do on this compositing mode, I'm going to change the blend mode. There's quite a few that you could have. Generally you want sort of the multiply, so it takes on the form of the background, but just to differentiate between the background and the text more easily, you want to go with the linear burn. So it just on the lines, it just burns the outer lines, as I said, linear burn. So the 3D lines, it burns the 3D lines. And then I suppose what we could do is we could go back to our text, and on the depth, what could we do? Let's have a look. We could increase the depth of our 3D text like so. Just drag the slider, and if 100 is not enough, just grab the 100 and then scroll up the way. So you could do this, and then this looks quite nice. So if we watch this, I'm not going to do too much to it. I said it was really simple, really easy, but effective. All I would do is maybe add a bit of music to it. So just nice and easy. Let that play through the timeline. Obviously it's this long, so that's why it takes so long. One of the things it will do is just the text will just go away. So what you might want to do is keyframe a fade out for the text. So the way we could do this is go back to video and then go to our opacity, and as we come towards the end of our text where we want to start the keyframe or start it fading out, place our timeline, scrub our timeline marker, and then click the little plus button on this opacity. Come to the end of our text, and just drag the opacity down, and it will auto keyframe for you. So it will make it look a little bit more professional as it fades out like so. So it looks a little bit more professional. But what we could also do, I suppose, we could put a filter on this background as well. Shall we have a look? So if we go over here to our effects browser, we could apply an effect, not a filter. Apologies. But there are very few that would look really good with this clouds. So I suppose you want to highlight the clouds. And like I said, there are very few that would really do the clouds any justice. I suppose you could use this insect eye, and then as this fades in with the insect eye, so obviously we've just dragged this insect eye onto my cloud generator. So all I'm going to do as we bring this in, so I'm going to keyframe the insect eye on my generator of my clouds. You'll notice this effect here, insect eye. We could have the amount up to 70%, let's say, and we can click the keyframe, and as the text comes in, we could scale the insect eye right down so there's none. So then that will just give it another feel, just a different feel. So that's quite a nice effect again. So obviously we're going to then fade our text out, so you can let it play through, and as our text starts to fade out, if we just keyframe the insect eye again, and as the text fades out, we just drag this insect eye once more up to 80 something%. Okay, so then this will give quite a nice effect, but simple effect as well. So yeah, very, very simple. I hope this this tutorial has been of some help, and you are able to apply it somewhere in a project that you use. Thanks a lot for watching. Take care, and I'll be back soon. I've got some really, really cool Enlight tutorials coming up, so stay tuned for them every Friday in my videos release. Catch you soon, guys.